Hi, this is Kibo and I'm back with the out-of-box build. As you see, this real great Aile strike is very posable. He can bend at the knees very well, and he can just pretty much do any pose you want, except that there are a lot of loose pieces, like this gun area. It's because it has posable fingers, so it's not very tight when holding onto the gun. And he's got the shield. Good thing it has an extra connector so that it holds better. Otherwise, again, the fingers are kind of loose holding it. He's got these accessories like the Aile strike pack. Got these beam sabers. One thing that happened to mine is this is part of the wrist guard, or just the joint guard, and I actually lost one of them. I have no idea when or where I lost it, but it's not very necessary, so I'm just gonna leave it. He's got additional fixed pose hands. It's just a closed fist. He's got additional little beam saber handles. This one is slightly different from the one on the Aile strike pack, but there is a little connector that they only give you two of. So in order to hold it in his hand, you gotta take off this one. Take off this little connector and attach it to the one with the extra little peg so that it holds into his hands better. And you get two of these. I really wished Bandai gave two of these connectors so that you can have two beam sabers ready to go, but instead they just give you a total of two for 4 different handles. And you get this Kira, and this is a connector to the action base. Now let's go on to articulation. So I previously showed you the inner frame articulations. So this time I'm just gonna briefly go over the articulation with the armor. As you see, this kit is very back heavy with the Aile strike pack. It can barely balance itself when just standing. It probably works better with an action base. So first thing, let's take off the Aile strike pack. You actually have a little connector here, and it plugs into this hole in this area. Every kit is different. Mine is very loose for some reason. Like it doesn't connect to the Aile strike. I mean, it doesn't connect to the strike very well, and this part's a little loose. Sometimes it just pops off. But the wings, you get some articulation both sides. This connector to the beam saber handle, you get a circular type of articulation. You get up down movement, and each individual, I guess, booster pack or whatever you name these has its own little circular peg, so it can kind of move around. Next up, the shield. You get your little handle that only goes up and down. You get this connector that connects to the back of the elbow. It's got this circular joint, and you can go pretty much any direction. Next up, the gun. Not much. You just get your little handle that can swivel right and left. So onto the Aile strike. Your shoulders can go out like this. Up down 360, your elbow, 2 points of articulation, and every time you move it, your armor shifts. Your 360 at the wrist, your fingers at the individual joints. And then your chest. Your back skirts can move a little bit, not too much. Side skirts, just a little bit. And if you press at this bottom area, you can actually pull out your little dagger. You can stick it back in, close it. Yeah, this thing's a little loose. I'll try to fix it later. I was planning to paint this, so that's why I didn't glue any of the joints on. Again, my front skirt's a little loose too. I haven't had any problems with my real grade RX-78, but with this kit, I'm getting a lot of parts popping out. Here's your leg. You got shifting armor again. Shifting knee armor. Unlike the perfect grade, you don't really have side-to-side movement on this lower leg area, even though you do have the details. So I can't agree to people calling this a smaller scale perfect grade, but it is very impressive. You got your ankle, right, left, forward, backwards. You got your ankle shield, armor, and you get your feet, which can bend unnaturally downwards. So that's it for articulation, and thanks for watching. One last thing, forgot to do the head articulation. You got 2 points of connection, the lower neck and the upper neck area. So you got chicken bobble, 360 turn, and actually shoulder, you can just move the shoulder without moving the arms. Anyways, my final thought is that this kit is very impressive in terms of posability. I really like the shifting armor and the different colors for the armor itself, just like the real grade RX-78. But this kit, for me personally, has a lot more loose parts, and things are just popping out here and there. And the backpack is a little bit back heavy, so I would suggest getting an action base just for this kit if you want to pull off some pretty good poses. But since this is the third in the series and it's a whole lot better than the high grade, I would recommend getting I would recommend getting this if you're into the series or into the real grade line. So that's it, and thanks for watching again.